Hello, I'm Laura. It's Thursday, April 2nd, 2026, and these are today's Heartlines. Our theme for Heartlines this week is Rise. And yesterday, we saw the Artemis II astronauts rise above the gravitational pull of the Earth and head to the moon, to orbit the moon and go out farther than any human being has been and return home. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with them. Our thoughts and prayers are also with our Jewish brothers and sisters today because it is the first full day of Passover, a time of celebrating freedom from bondage, protection through the wilderness of life, and the birth of a spiritual nation of distinct heritage. So, Hag Pesach Sameach. Happy Passover. And yet, as we look at the nation of Israel, we see a lot of controversy around it, with its recent war with Gaza and its current war joining the United States against Iran. And with all of this controversy, we also see a rise in anti-Semitic rhetoric since 2023. In fact, 73% of American Jews in a recent poll have reported receiving anti-Semitic rhetoric on their social media, while 60% of them have been against the wars in the Middle East. But the rhetoric has grown so strong that acts of violence have taken place. Recently, a truck drove into a synagogue near Detroit, for example. So what can we do in the face of this kind of hateful rhetoric? Well, we can counteract it in ourselves by holding to ideas that are true and respectful and that honor other people, no matter what their heritage, in our own hearts. Here are some examples of anti-Semitic rhetoric and what we can hold in our hearts about each one. There are conspiracy theories that indicate that Jewish people are trying to control the world, the media, and the financial systems. And we can hold a thought in our heart that we are able to see each person as an individual and a unique part of the human family, rather than a whole group that is against us. The Great Replacement theory tells us that Jewish people are engineering the replacement of majority populations. And we can hold in our hearts the idea of standing beside and walking with our brothers and sisters of every spiritual heritage and culture. The denial that there was a Holocaust, a simple denial of the facts of the past. I myself have visited a concentration camp in Germany, and it broke my heart and upset my stomach physically. So we can acknowledge the facts of history and learn from them by being present to what is true about people here and now, that we are part of one human family. And the scapegoating, pointing to Jewish people as the bane and the foundation of society's problems. With integrity, accountability, and love, we can take responsibility for making a positive difference in our society and stop pointing fingers at each other. We can rise above the rhetoric if we but open our hearts. And so let's do that right now in a moment of quiet contemplation as we take a deep breath and close our eyes, focusing ourselves on the heart and holding to this idea. I rise above the rhetoric of hate and speak to the truth of love by seeing people for who they are and seeking the common ground of peace. I rise above the rhetoric of hate and speak to the truth of love by seeing people for who they are and seeking the common ground of peace. And so it is. And what is the common ground of peace? That we are all part of one humanity, wanting love and respect and loving each other. When we can do this, when we can find love in the face of hateful rhetoric, when we can honor the principles of Passover by standing for each other's freedom, protecting each other from hateful rhetoric, and honoring and learning from our distinctions, then we will see what the astronauts of more than 50 years ago saw and what the Artemis astronauts will soon see as they look back on Earth. One world, one humanity. Thank you for joining me in one humanity and the great spirit of love today. Have a wonderful day.